serious call that's about to go down now. Guys, look, Chris, Jason, Farhan, Fatima, you guys are the first people that I can see. I'm just going to quickly make you guys co-hosts. So as I'm speaking, I don't have to allow people in as co-hosts. You guys can allow people into the meeting as well. So Chris, Fats, and I think Chris and Fats should be enough, to be honest. You guys are co-hosts now. So if anyone does jump in a call, please allow them to jump in. But guys, you know, massive welcome to everyone on this call. You guys all know why you're here. We've got a packed house, 114 people on tonight. Guys, we have a super special guest on this call, right? He's not on right now, but I want to tell you all about this individual, right? Because just saying he's a chairman 750, just saying that he's someone that's making 750K a month, it doesn't define him as a person, right? The rank does not define the person and the individual that this man is, right? I'm going to make some more co-hosts because I know like a couple of you guys are taking notes. Farhan, I'm going to make you co-host as well, bro. I need you guys to be on point with the waiting room, please. Unfortunately, I can't take it off. Shahid, I see you as well. I'm going to make you a quick co-host. But cool. Guys, first of all, let's all get our cameras on because we have a whole Chairman 750 getting on a call. And I appreciate some of you guys might not be able to, but some of you guys definitely can. So please do. But guys, when it comes to Jason Brown, look, I want you guys to understand this man in this industry is literally a living legend. I'm going to try and make this edification so long that by the time he jumps on this call, I'll be done. Right, guys, in 2019, Jason Brown got inducted into the Hall of Fame of Network Marketing in his 20s. He's a Hall of Famer and he's still active, right? He got inducted into the $1 million in a year Hall of Fame. That's some serious achievement. Now, when it comes to Jason Brown, don't know who unmuted me. I don't know who that was. When it comes to Jason Brown, when he first started in the platform, guys, he was $70,000 in debt when he started, right? And some of us, you know, currently, we might be in a bad place. We might be in a position in life where we're not too happy with our results. We're not too happy with our environment and what's going on. But I want you guys to understand, this is something Matt Rosa says as well. The most successful people usually come from the hardest places. And Jason Brown is a living testimony of that. Let me make sure this is recording as well. Record this to the cloud. But guys, honestly, look, we all know it's not about how you start, it's how you finish, right? And that's why you guys are on this call. You guys know he has a tremendous amount of value to bring. You guys know that, honestly, this call is going to be life-changing because he promised me he's going to bring the savage Jason Brown. He promised me he's going to tell us all what we need to hear rather than just give us the same generic stuff, right? And one more thing I want to say about Jason, guys, look, he's not just the Chairman 750. People don't understand how good this guy is when it comes to trading cryptos. I remember back in 2017, he showed me a glimpse of his crypto portfolio. And even back in 2017, it was looking like a phone number, right? And I want you guys to know, because of the crypto boom that we've had recently, he's got multiple millions floating in assets in cryptos. So this guy's a very knowledgeable person. He's the kind of individual that you want to soak all sorts of information up from, right? If you guys saw my story today, some of us, we've worked in jobs, we've worked in corporations where the highest person you've probably spoken to is your manager. Getting to speak to your area manager would be like speaking to a celebrity. And that's why I have so much love and respect for Jason Brown, because he's so approachable. Every time I message him or text him or call him, he's replying to me within minutes. And honestly, more than anything, he's just overall a great human being. Now, I can carry on edifying Jason Brown, but it's starting to get a bit difficult. But guys, last thing I want to say is, right, people would literally pay thousands to listen to someone like Jason Brown. I've gone to a 3-day convention before where I've heard professional network marketing speak, i.e. he's in the house. He's in the house. I have been, don't know who keeps muting me, right? I've been to a convention where we've literally had to pay hundreds to listen to speakers of Jason Brown's caliber. And he's very, very kindly agreed to come on this call and share that value with us today. So guys, please don't take it for granted. You guys have heard me edifying him for the past 3-4 minutes. Let's get those cameras on. Let's show some crazy love and energy for our very own, the man himself, Chairman 750, Jason Brown. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, bro. And yeah, when you're ready, bro, let's rock this thing. I know you probably might still be setting up. But guys, whilst Jason Brown does set up, I've requested for him to unmute. We're on the topic of March Madness right now, right? And to me, you know, there is no better time than March to go all in. last year in 2020, at the start of the global pandemic, Jason Brown made it a goal for us to triple the entire company, right, in the space of a month. And guys, you know what we went ahead and done? We tripled it, right? Why? Because of Jason Brown's leadership, because of Matthew Rose's leadership, because of the value they taught on that chairman boot camp last year. So guys, I promise you, whatever results you have right now, you can literally double those. You can triple those. You could quadruple those if you apply what he's teaching, right? And if you honestly, like I said before, take in all of the information. Don't just hear it. Don't be scrolling through social media. Really plug into this call, because this might be that life-changing call that you guys were waiting for. So Jason, bro, when you're ready, let's rock this thing.
Yo, can you hear me?
Right. Yes, sir.
All right, we up. We in here. Let's get it. Guys, I hope you're having... Can you hear me, Akif?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Dude. Blessings. All right, guys. I'm super fired up. I just walked in the door. I went to lunch with Katie, my fiance, and it took us a little bit longer to get home than expected, but right on time. I just walked in the door, and I'm fired up to be here with you guys today. You know, it's been one heck of a journey, you know, and before we really get started, I want to give gratitude back to Akif, you know, brand new father, you know, growing, new chairman during the pandemic. He's a pandemic chairman, which is dope. And, you know, a great friend, somebody who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And, you know, I'm really excited for all of you guys to be here today. I think that, you know, the ultimate objective is to just understand the timing of the opportunity. You know, Bitcoin this morning, new all-time highs. You know, we cracked 60,000. Now we're at $62,000 per Bitcoin. 61. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but we almost hit 62 already. We had 61.8 just about an hour ago. And, you know, here in IM, this is what we're doing. You know, we're locked in, we're focused. We've been helping people learn the skills of trading for a long time. And it's just a great feeling, guys. It's a great feeling to be, you know, in a place where people can win and people can genuinely change their lives. And I mean, we've been doing that now for a couple of years in a row. And it's a great feeling. It really is an amazing feeling. And so I'm really excited. You know, we're in the middle of March, like Akif said. You know, March is one of those months that is usually one of the biggest months in the company. I mean, last year we went into, you know, a shutdown right in the middle of March, right after our London convention. And we weren't really sure what was going to happen. There was a lot of uncertainty. We had no idea how long we were going to be in lockdowns. You know, with the presidential election coming up in the US, we didn't know how that was going to play out. And nobody could really foresee that we would be here a year later, pretty much in the same place, right? As far as the world is concerned, the lockdowns, the restrictions. I mean, you know, it's definitely a little bit better. I live in Miami, and, you know, you can go out and do what you got to do. I know for you guys in the UK and London, it's been, you know, Ireland and all throughout, you know, Europe, for the most part, it's been, you know, pretty tight on, you know, keeping people inside. But, you know, we've found, I guess, through this time more than ever, that what we have with IM is such a great solution to any problem. You know, whether it's people losing their jobs, people not being able to leave home and still need to generate income, you know, maybe an economic crisis, you know, a natural disaster, you know, whatever that is. We've learned, I think more than ever, that IM is really an amazing, you know, escape and like a life raft, I think, for a lot of people, you know. And I'm humbled because 2015, sorry, my friend's here. He's watching the basketball game. He's screaming. So I was like, dude, you know, I just texted him real quick. I'm like, come on, man. He's getting all fired up. But, you know, I got involved in this company in 2015 with Matthew Rosa. You know, we were friends. We were working together for some time at that time. And, you know, Matt really wanted to learn how to trade. It was really his like obsession. He was like, I have to learn how to trade. I have to learn how to trade. I have to learn how to trade. And he's like, you know, looking at all these companies and looking for the right mentor and all this stuff. And, you know, one day he calls me, he says, dude, you know, I found a guy named Chris. He's an $85 million trader. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell does this guy want with us? Like, dude's made all this money. We're broke. Like, why does he want to even talk to me, you know? And I didn't understand it had, you know, this huge vision to impact the world. And so when we met Chris, I was like, aha, I get it. This dude's already made a bunch of money. He just wants a legacy. He wants to teach. He wants to leave behind what, you know, he has learned in his career. And I trusted him. I felt like he was a good dude. I felt like, you know, he was somebody who was going to progressively grow and, you know, teach and, you know, continue to be inspired. And so I took that leap of faith with Matt. And Matt didn't have any money. I just had my credit card. So we paid for one subscription on my credit card. And that's how we became business partners, because we couldn't afford two subscriptions. So we just split the one. And it's pretty funny, right? So, you know, we're learning how to trade. We were roommates at the time. So we were pretty plugged in. And one day it just hit me. I'm like, this is really good. Like, this really works. Like, people can really make money trading. And for us, it was such a great shift because everything we saw previous to IM required recruiting, right? You had to recruit or sell in order to make money. And so this was the first time that, like, if somebody was like, yo, I don't want to talk to nobody, didn't matter. Okay, don't talk to nobody. You don't have to tell nobody. You don't have to prospect nobody. You don't have to invite nobody to meetings. Just plug in and trade. And what happened was some of the people that started telling us, nah, I don't want to promote, I don't, you know, whatever, they were the ones that started bringing customers because their excitement was so legit. You know, they're making money on their phone. They're like, oh my God, dude. You know, so the business started to grow naturally. And, you know, we hit Chairman 10 in 63 days. So we launched, and you know, some people are like, dude, you hit Chairman in 63 days? No way. So I was taking my shoes off. That's how you know I ran in the door to get here, because I don't ever do no calls with my shoes on. I'm trying to be comfy on these calls, you know? So, you know, he's like, and I learned something from Yasin. Yasin was like, dude, you got to get a foot massager in your desk. So like when you're doing calls, you know, you're really comfy. So I just got that rocket too. But so we hit Chairman in 63 days after launching. Okay. And, you know, so we were like, oh my God, 63 days. But don't forget also, we were in network marketing for like 2.5 years before that. So really, you know, we hit Chairman in 63 days in IM, but it wasn't 63 days total, right? So don't get discouraged, guys. It took us 3 years to hit Chairman 10, and it's a blessing, right? So there's no, you know, I guess that's lesson number one. There's no rush to this process. The only way you lose is if you quit, right? I don't care if it takes you 3 years or 5 years to hit Chairman 10. Is Chairman 10 going to change your life? I think so. So, you know, some people will go to work for 40 years, their life never changes. They still make that same $5-7 grand a month, and they're scared to pursue an opportunity because it takes too long. Who cares? It's residual income. If it takes you 3 years to do it, awesome. 1 year to do it, amazing. 10 years to do it, phenomenal. Don't rush your process, because if I would have rushed my process, I wouldn't be here right now. And if I wasn't here, the odds of this company being where it's at are it's Who knows? Only God knows. And I'm not saying, oh, it's Jason who did it. No, it's every piece to the puzzle. But guess what? At one point, somebody made a decision. Matt Rose and I made a decision. Alex Morton, Austin Godsey, Shabazz, Akif. I mean, it's a trickle of decisions that creates the reality that we are in today. So, don't let this imaginary timer steal your dream and your focus, because that's what happens. I think a lot of people get an imaginary timer running in their head thinking, I've been doing this for a year. I'm only a Platinum 600. That's phenomenal. Don't ever say I'm only a P150. I'm only a P600. That's degrading. That's an amazing amount of money. An extra $600 a month saves most people. Saves anybody. To be honest, $600 a month saves anybody during this pandemic. Anybody. It really does. So we join, we launch, we do our thing. And, I'm not going to go into the whole whatever, but there was some drama, some leaders left, and, people thought IM was going to fall apart, and people thought that they were going to create their own company and do it better. And, that's always the story, right? Like, everybody can always do it better. There's always going to be a new company. The best company is IM, and that's the company that I'm a part of and that I will be a part of, because, I don't care. These new companies come up and people are like, dude, did you see this? It's this or that. Who cares? You got a company in IM that's been around for 8 years. Who's about to hit Chairman 100 probably Monday. He's about 50 customers away from Chairman 100. He stayed. 5 years to hit Chairman 100. Who cares? It all makes sense. So, it's unbelievable to think back. DS, they're about to hit Chairman 100. They're about 200 customers away. Morgan Christian Vargas, they're about 200 customers away from Chairman 100. And so, it's just pretty incredible to think back on that decision to stay, and how every leader who stayed, Jewel Tankard, Chairman 100, China Bethley, Chairman 50, all the leaders that stayed, Garrett Roberts, Chairman 100, really are doing well. And then a lot of the leaders that left and came back are doing amazing too, like Austin, Shabazz actually we brought here first time, so Shabazz doesn't count, but Ivan Briongos in Spain, Chairman 100, left and came back. The list goes, Emery and Darwin left and came back, Chairman 250s. Yeah, the list goes on and on. The point is that we persevered through all of that adversity, okay? And it was just the trust in Chris Terry and Isis De La Torre, right? It was knowing that these were the people that we believed in. These were the people that we were going to follow. This was a real trader. Chris Terry's a real trader, like legit. The best trader I know right now. I'm in a private mentorship group with Eric Worre. Oh, look, Chris just messaged. Chris Terry Savages. Crazy. Trading. Touring Eric Worre on how to trade Forex. You need like 2 million in the bank to be in that chat. So let me know. So anyway, guys, I just wanted you to know that as a company, we have been through any to go through, and we're here to stay. As far as leadership is concerned, today we have almost 500 chairmen, over 200,000 customers, some of the biggest leaders in network marketing, pretty phenomenal. And you guys are going to see new ranks, right? The lids being raised, we're big explosion, a lot of new stuff coming in 2021. So just understand you're a part of something that is so good, but it's still so early. Like, we're just getting started. And I really mean that. So, Akif and I were talking, and a couple years ago, I did a training in London, and he was like, dude, you should do that training. because a lot of the people on the call, are new. They haven't even met you in person yet. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And this training is actually something that I did on an entire tour in Europe. I did this training in every city, and it made such a big impact. And, it's really the 3 stages of becoming an elite leader, right? 3 stages of becoming like superior and, becoming respected and just growing to the point of like, people are like, what? Yeah, what happened to you, right? So the first phase, this is where you guys start taking notes. So the first phase is dependent, right? When you join this business, you're dependent on your sponsor. You're dependent on your mentor. You're dependent on motivation calls. You're dependent on, go live or copy and paste. You're dependent on, tools being given to you. And so I think the dependent phase is very important because you absorb a lot of information. And, if mentorship wasn't valuable, then we wouldn't be talking about it, right? So obviously being a mentee, right, a shepherd leading the sheep is important, right? The sheep are dependent on the shepherd, right? And so it is important to have a mentor and to be dependent in that first category. But I believe you can only be dependent for the first couple ranks and the first couple months. Some people stay dependent forever, and it's very dangerous because if you don't ever leave the state of dependency, you're never going to grow to your full potential, right? We tend to be, as human beings, so dependent. But think about a kid, right? As a kid, we're dependent on our parents. We're dependent on, we're breastfeeding. We're dependent on our parents feeding us, putting us to sleep, paying the bills, right? So naturally, in the beginning of something, you're going to be dependent, okay? But once it's time to grow up, like you're not 40 years old living with mom and dad anymore, right? Like I hope by the time 40 comes, 20 comes, you're ready to make some moves.